Hello and welcome back, everyone. Today, our cash secured put and our covered calls that we put an order in for the other day executed. So we have some transactions to track. So let's get right to it. Here we are in Ameritrade's Thinkorswim platform, and we are logged into our paper trading account. And as you can see, our Marvell stock, we're on the account, the monitor tab, the activity and positions. You can see the Marvell stock. Our cash secured put is right here, and our covered calls are right here. And apparently, looks like our cash secured put is currently in the money. It's a $44 put, and the current price is $42.27. So we're like $1.70 in the money right now. So it just had a down day. So we'll see how that plays out throughout the week. But coming over to the account statement, you can see that we placed the cash secured put order right here, and that was the strike price 44, and we put a limit order in for $1.06, and today it filled right here about 5 minutes after the market opened. It filled for $1.12, so we put it in $1.06 and we got our $1.12, so we got $6 more for that, so that's good. And you can see we placed the cash secure, or the covered call rather. The covered calls, we'd placed 3 contract orders for a limit of 67 cents each, or $67 per 100 shares. And down here it filled about a minute after market open at 77, so we got $10 more for that. So we got more on both sides. It's kind of funny how we got more for both sides, but it didn't happen back to back. As you see, the first one executed at 1 minute after the market opened for 10 cents more, which means that the stock probably was running up at market open, which gave this one more value when it actually executed. And then it looks like just mere minutes after that, 2, 3, 4 minutes after that, the stock looks like started going down, which means that the put would go up in price, which it did, which is why we got more. So it's interesting just placing an order the night before like that, and then just not even checking, not even watching it, second to second, and it just plays out that way and fills both of your orders. Sometimes, the stock just goes one direction first thing when the market opens, and one of them doesn't fill, so you have to go back and change it and usually get a lot less for it. But this one looks like it went up briefly and then went down, and so we got filled on both of them for more than we put the limit order in, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, interesting how that works sometimes. So anyway, over here, this shows the transactions where the fees were taken out, so we got 231 total for that, minus the fees, and $112 for this one minus the fees. Again, in this demo account over on the web application, we're not tracking fees, so we have to go track these transactions in the web application. Let's do that right now. All right, here we are on the web application, myatmm.com. On the cost basis page, we've already pre-selected the Marvell stock from the drop-down. We filter down to only positions. And what we need to do is we need to put two new positions on the board. One for the cash secured put, another one for the covered calls that we wrote. So let's just go ahead and queue up 2 of them onto the draft. And both of them were sold to open. One of them was a call, one of them was a put. The call, we had 3 contracts. The put, we had 1 contract. Both of them expiring on March 10th, which is this Friday. The strike price for the calls was 45, and the strike price for the puts was 44, and the price that we got for the calls was $1.12, and the price we got for the cash secured put was 77 cents. So that shows you it's $336. That's not right. What did I do wrong? I put something in wrong. $1.12. Hold on a second. I see what I did. I got the numbers reversed. Silly me. Oh my gosh. The calls was at 77 cents, not the dollar. Okay, and the put was $1.12. There we go. Okay, now the numbers. I was like, wow, that's a lot more money than we actually collected. What happened? So I had to sit there for a second and figured out, oh, they're reversed on the thing. That's funny. Anyway, okay, we got 77 cents per contract per share for the covered calls. Right, and then, which is the 231 that we got, and then 112. Okay, here we go. All right, so as you can see, these are sitting in a draft, and under puts there's 0, and under calls there's 0. As soon as I click save here, it's going to move down to the calls, which it did. And then this one, when I click save, it's going to move down to the puts, and it did. So It should have. So anyway, put the positions in play on the board. Now what we need to do is we need to make sure the transaction history was tracked and reflected upon those positions being put on play. So it generated some helper records down here, as you can see. And if you had fees and commissions, you could enter those here for it to automatically calculate the stuff for you, so you don't have to do the math yourself. And we could just type it in here manually, but that's what these helper records are for. So let's go ahead and record the covered calls. And it's 231. If we had commissions and fees, which we do, but we're not tracking them in the demo account, it would have automatically adjusted the number for us. So let's click save on that to record the covered calls in the transaction history. And then we also need to do the cash secured put. So click the hand icon, the pointer, and move that down, then click save. That retains it in transaction history. And let's just briefly go up to see what our overalls are. So the overall collected premium so far for this one, we've been trading this one since the beginning of the year, is $2,182. And overall, we own 300 shares. Our unrealized loss rate at this point is $819 overall. So you can see overall we're ahead by about $1,200, $1,300. Our cost basis right now is at 45. Our cost basis with premium included is down to 37.73, and the last trade price is 42. So we're about $4 or $5 below where the stock is currently trading at. So we're still in the profit zone, so that's always good. And yeah, so that is that. We have tracked this position and seen the overalls, and I want to go back to the dashboard so I can show you the overalls for the whole entire year so far for Marvell, because we are now into month 3. All right, so overall for Marvell, it's right there. Let's go to the premiums tab, and since I've only been trading Marvell for January, February, and March, these numbers represent what I've pulled in just for Marvell. December, that was just a test month that I was just putting in fake transactions, but from January, February, and March, that is the true paper trading account using real numbers. So March so far, we've collected $343. In February, we ended February with $1,300. That's because there was an earnings weeks in there. So that earnings week, I think we collected $500, $600 something. It was more than $500 that week we collected for earnings week. And the funny thing about it is that week, the earnings week, is the week that both sides expired worthless, meaning it didn't move up or down. It just stayed right in between them. So that's always cool when that happens. All right, so we've collected $343 total for this month, and that was actually just for 1 week. We collected $343. So we will wait to see how this week plays out, see if we get assigned on our cash secured put or covered calls. And like I said in the last video, if you want to stop putting capital into a particular stock, instead of letting the options expire, like in the money and getting assigned, you could roll them prior to that. Since this is a demo account on Ameritrade Thinkorswim, I've just been letting them ride out. And if we actually get, I think the paper trading account allowed up to $100,000. If we actually get $100,000 into this stock playing the wheel strat, if it keeps on like going down for some reason, so we never get out of it, then I will have to start rolling it and showing that strategy. But I think until then, I'm actually just going to keep on playing out, doing the cash secured put and getting assigned, and rolling it that way, so we can see the dollar cost average continually go down, so we can move the covered calls down to show that aspect of this. So until this weekend, when this Friday passes and expires, we'll see how it goes. I want to thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and go out today to get your account at myatmm.com. Thanks, and I'll talk to you in the next one.